All right,
Looks like we are live. How awesome. Welcome to our What is Coaching sneak peek. My name is Avery Yaktis, and we also have Alyssa Hobgood and Laura Deal as well on the call. Um, Welcome. We're so happy to have you to our Busy Women Building Business What is Coaching sneak peek. We actually all three work full time while juggling a part time building our business with Beachbody, which is awesome, right? And we're hoping that you can join us as well. So tonight we're going to go through a few questions that a lot of people ask us. And they're usually like the typical questions like what we do, how do you make money? Is there a discount? Stuff like that. And so I am actually going to be the host. And my first question is, I'm going to ask Alyssa first. And what brought you to Beachbody? Why did you choose this of all things?
Yeah, great question, Avery. So when I first found Beachbody, it kind of just like landed in my Facebook newsfeed. I was following my coach for a while, and I saw her living this awesome life, and I was like, how do I get there? So I reached out to her about beets or something ridiculous, asking her how to cook them because they always taste like dirt. And then I saw she was in Vegas at this conference and having the time of her life. And she made a post asking for those interested in learning more if to reach out to her or to comment. And I just sat like a fly and just hit like and kept hitting like on all her posts. And she finally reached out to me and was like, hey, I see you're watching me. I know what you're doing. Are you interested in learning more? And I was like, yeah, I kind of am. So we got to talking, and she explained what she did as a coach, which is what we're going to talk about tonight here with you guys. And I did my research because I'm very research oriented. I like to know what I'm getting myself into. And I'm in the insurance industry, so I have to like read all the contracts. I have to read what I'm getting myself into. I have to make sure that this is something legit and I can do it for long term. It's not like a quick fix or anything of that nature. So I did my research, researched the products, tested the products, and then I signed up. And I had no idea what I was truly getting myself into because like you can read a bunch of stuff on the internet, but it's not like always true, if you know what I mean. And I started and I was working and I hated my job like tenfold, and we had a bunch of student debt. And then I started working as a coach, like taking this business more seriously, and we've paid off all of our debt. I've quit my job and moved home so I can be with family. I'm now an insurance agent, so I kind of can work that side and then work the Beachbody side, which is really cool because it's like in the day I'm helping people make sure that they're covered in the event of a loss, and then at night I'm helping people from their health, their mental side, their financial side. I'm helping people constantly be built up to be better, which is really rewarding and cool. So Beachbody, like what really intrigued me about it is the whole purpose behind what Beachbody stands for to me. And it's to help people live a happier and more fulfilling life through their health and fitness and everything of that nature. And that is freaking cool. Like you can't help people live a healthy lifestyle just as an insurance agent. You really can't. Like you're not going to. Like you're going to sell them car insurance. You're going to sell them homeowners insurance, but I cannot make them a better person internally and externally, which is really important to me, is to live that healthy lifestyle. So that's kind of what brought me to Beachbody, is just following my coach and seeing what she was doing and jumping on the plane, because why not? I mean, it's something to do, and my husband works long hours, and I needed something to get my mind off of it, and it opened me up to a whole nother community of friends and that have turned into family.
Definitely. That's partly why I joined, was also the community. I didn't know a single person on this team. Going into it, I kind of was approached by my coach, which was why I joined a challenge group, which we can go over what that is later. And then she just approached me and was like, hey, you're basically doing what a coach does. And do you want to coach? And I honestly sat there for like 24 hours and I was like, why not? I have nothing to lose. Like, I'm already basically doing what a coach does. I participate in these challenge groups. Now I can run it, pay it forward, but then also join a team that is behind you and helps you along the way. Like, you're not doing this alone, which is the awesome part about Beachbody is like you have a team behind you, you are building a team, and you are building a business together. You're not just doing it by yourself. So thank you for sharing that, Alyssa. How about you, Laura?
All right, I'll unmute myself. So I'm going to kind of start from the beginning. So growing up, I was like the farthest thing from athletic. Gym class was my least favorite class. And I was like a stick figure. I could eat whatever I wanted and it didn't matter. So then I got to college and I definitely gained more than the freshman 15. And throughout college, I really struggled with my weight. At one point, I was under 100 pounds. And then at another point in those 4 years, I was over 140 pounds. And neither weight was healthy for my frame. So I just really had a unhealthy relationship with food. I would do really well for a week, and then I would just like fall off the deep end and binge eat, and it was terrible. So I knew I needed help. I just didn't know how to start and how to keep up with it. So I ended up being invited to a free challenge group from Alyssa, actually, and I joined, and I absolutely fell in love with the daily check-ins and just the little 5-10 minute workouts that I could do in the morning. And she ended up sending me a sample of this Shakeology drink, which I really didn't know what it was about, and I just fell in love with the flavor. And she sent that to me to recognize me for what I was doing in that group. And I was like, well, this is easy, free stuff. And, you know, I got people loving on me every day. It was awesome. So like I said, I fell in love with this shake. I didn't really feel the difference in one day, but I knew I trusted her. And I was like, this is working for her, so I'm going to give it a try. So I went and bought a 30-day supply of that. And I ended up signing up as a coach just to get the discount. So, and she also plugged me into this page on Facebook, and I basically creeped on that for 6 months and before I did anything. And I was seeing people take free trips, and again, all the love that they were sharing on each other, and it was just a crazy culture that I didn't experience at work necessarily in my day job. So January of 2016 rolled around, and I saw everybody on that page was gearing up to be making New Year's resolutions and vision boards, and I was ready to go all in. So that's when I really, I guess I could call it my coaching anniversary, when I went all in and I actually bought my first fitness program. I started with Slim in 6, and because that was one of the cheapest ones that they had. You're seeing a theme. I'm very money conscious. And again, like my whole life has just changed. I consider myself to be pretty athletic, at least when it comes to using my body. I still can't play volleyball or anything like that to save my life, and I now consider myself to be strong and confident, none of which I was in my college or earlier than that. So that's what got me started in Beachbody coaching, but what keeps me going is the vision. There's you can just taste it. And then you hang around people like Alyssa and Avery, and they like keep this fire just going in your belly. Like I can see that someday I'm going to be able to retire from my day job that's stressful and doesn't recognize me the way that I know I need to be recognized to keep going. And, you know, there's this potential to make 6 figures. And, you know, this is not a get rich quick scheme by any means. And, you know, what we do does not guarantee, you know, if you sign up tonight, we're not going to guarantee that you're going to get a certain amount of income. But if you put the hard work in and use the training and tips that we give you, it's definitely possible.
Thank you, Laura, for sharing that. Yeah, I definitely started out as a discount coach for a while too. You know, I signed up and kind of didn't really know what I was doing. And eventually, you know, we were offered trainings, and it was kind of like, you know what? I love the way that Beachbody recognizes their, you know, these coaches, and how they reward them with free trips. They reward them with, if you hit certain goals, you get free clothing, you know, free backpacks, whatever it may be. You know, they're constantly rewarding you for doing a good job. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? So that's partly why I love Beachbody, and the community itself too. It's not like, you know, you're left to hang dry out there and figure it out yourself. You know, you have a team behind you, and you will always have trainings. You will always have, you know, your coach to help you in any way that you can. So thank you for sharing that. One thing that we get asked often, like more than I would say 90% of the question, is what exactly does it mean to be a coach? Like, what do you do? So I'm going to ask Alyssa to explain what it is that we do.
Yeah. So, I mean, as a coach, we have these 4 vital behaviors that we like to hit on every single day. And the first one is to be proof that the product works. So that will take us back to like using the Beachbody programs, drinking your Shakeology every day, and being a walking success story. It's basically like you sharing shampoo to someone at the, I was going to say laundromat, but it's not the laundromat, at the grocery store. I mean, you could share with them at the laundromat too, right? But yeah, I mean, it's no different than sharing what you're doing. As coaches, that's literally what we do, is we share our journey. Like, we share our successes, we share our failures, we share our weaknesses, we share everything. Like, we share our lives, and it's really freaking intimidating, but you know what? Somebody out there needs to hear what you are going through, because there's so many people that are struggling with the same things you're struggling with. And once you open up and talk on it, like, your world will change. And I promise you that. Like, I'm sure these girls right here can share and attest to that. The next thing we do is we invite people like you to join us. We invite people like you who want to have a more fulfilling and happier and healthier life to join us on getting fit and getting healthy, and maybe even making a financial income or changing your career 100%. We invite other people, because you know what? Had my coach not invited me, I wouldn't be here today, and I would be still drowning in debt. Like, no, like, our duty is to pay it forward and invite you to join us. So that's why we're here. The third one is, which I think is awesome, it's recognize, recognize, recognize. We celebrate every little victory in this business, whether it's you lost your first 3 pounds or you've helped transform one person's life. Like, we are going to celebrate the heck out of it. Or whether you're hopping on a call and hosting it for the very first time, like, that is freaking cool. Like, you can't go to your job tomorrow and be like doing an awesome job, and then your boss says nothing to you. Like, you don't get the same recognition in the workforce as you do in this community. Like, every little victory we celebrate. And I don't know, it's pretty cool. And then we do personal development, which for me was life-changing. Like, I was a very negative person. I wasn't really happy with where I was at in life. I wasn't very happy with a lot of things. And I was always like the worst case scenario. And now I'm like, with personal development, it's changed my life, because I'm like, okay, I'm freaking awesome. Like, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to let this roll, because, you know, everything happens for a reason, and I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm not going to freak out on that person. I'm not going to, like, I'm just going to let life happen. And without personal development, like, and learning to be a better person every day, I would still be that negative, like, angry person who hates everything and thinks everyone's out to get them. Like, that was me. I was that girl who just thought the world was after her. Like, and I'm sure other of you that are watching this can probably relate to that. Because I know a lot of people feel that way. Like, it's always someone else's problem. It's never your problem. But personal development, really, like, mind blown. Like, it's like back to the basics, like what we learned in kindergarten, but it's real life. So that's what we do as coaches. We just share, we invite, we recognize, and we do personal development.
You know, I actually didn't really know what personal development was before Beachbody, and I, for the longest time, didn't understand what was so great about it. But when I picked up my first book, and seriously, that book was like life changing. Not only does it help us in our business, it helps us in real life. It helps us, you know, understand what's important to us, what's important to like other people that we can relate to, how we can approach situations differently. It's seriously life changing. You know, even if you are looking for something just like to become happier, there's so many personal development books out there to help you and learn how to adjust your life to become a better person. And inviting and recognizing, I am here to tell you, recognizing is the biggest thing that we do in our business. And it makes people feel so good. Like when someone loses 3 pounds and you're like, hey, this person is doing absolutely amazing in our group. You know how great that feels? So that is one of the best things about Beachbody that I absolutely love, is the recognizing part. The next thing I want to cover, which is amazing that Beachbody does this, and I'm going to talk with Laura about this. She's actually a military wife, and Beachbody actually offers a discount to military families if you sign up as coaches. So she's going to cover that.
Yes, so my husband is in the Army National Guard. He will be in it for 10 years this fall. So proud Army wife here, and that's actually a big reason of why I took the step to become a coach, because I really truly had nothing to lose. Because if you are a military member, then you get both your coaching startup fee waived, and that is $39.95, and then you also get your monthly business service fee waived, and that I believe is $16.95 a month. So I really seriously had nothing to lose. So in addition to the discount if you are in the military or you're a military member, as far as how we go about making money, because this is a business, it's not just a hobby, we get 25% off everything that we personally buy off of our website, and then we also make 25% commission off of anyone that purchases off of our website as well. But where the true income stream comes is when you're building a tribe and a team. So individuals like Alyssa, she caught me. I'm on her stream. I saw what she was doing, and I wanted to be a part of that, and it was attainable. So, and then I do the same. I'm showing others, I'm inspiring others and empowering others every day, and they want to be a part of what I have going on. So it's like this tree, and it's just growing roots, and the more people that you have joining you, the better chance that you will have the income stream coming in. So basically, once you get 2 people on your team, one on your left leg, one on your right leg, we'll explain what that means if you do become a coach, but really all you need is 2 people. Then you advance to that first rank of Emerald, and that's when you are starting to get bonuses every week. So for those of you who are used to only being paid bi-weekly or once a month, or if you're a teacher, I don't know, monthly, the money is coming in every week, and it's pretty awesome.
Yes. So the nice thing about this discount is us as coaches, you know, obviously, you know, we work out with the workout programs, and we all drink Shakeology as well. We get a 25% discount off of Shakeology. So that's awesome in itself. I mean, yes, you know, you can pay full price, but why not get the discount? And even if you just sign up for the discount, that's okay too. Like Laura and I said, that's kind of where we started, was the discount. And eventually we realized that this could actually be a thing and build a business. So then that's when we made the transition to become an actual coach and work the business versus basically just using the discount coach as a discount. So the last thing we're going to cover is about building team culture. So Beachbody is great about getting our groups together and, you know, building that team bond, even though, you may have coaches from all over the US or all over Canada. Now we're actually reaching out to the UK now, which is awesome. So, you know, they offer, which is actually coming up, which is super exciting. We have an event coming up called Summit. How great is this that our business, Beachbody, actually will put on this huge event. All the trainers like Shaun T, Autumn Calabrese, you know, all the huge trainers will be there. We get to work out with them along with like 25,000 other coaches in the street. They basically shut down a street for us. Then we have sessions of learning and, you know, having them help us grow and how we can be better, evolving as the business evolves, telling us what's coming up, as well as hanging out with your team. You know, it may sound crazy, but we have coaches on our team that do not live near us. I mean, some of us are lucky enough to live by each other, so we do get to hang out, but not everybody gets to have that. You know, I'm based in Wisconsin, and so is Alyssa and Laura, but we have other coaches that are in Kansas. You know, they can't just drive here and hang out with us every weekend if they wanted. So it's nice that they offer these. And then, you know, once a quarter in the spring and the fall and winter, we actually meet in the local areas to have some of the top coaches go over with us, you know, what is working for them. So how great is that they share with us basically what works for them and like helping us. I mean, again, you're not doing this alone. And then we also have team retreats. How awesome is that? We actually went to northern Wisconsin back in January, and yes, it was freezing and it was icy and snowy outside, but we had a blast. And that's where this team culture comes from. And it's so wonderful to be able to be a part of a community. And that's kind of why I joined. So, Alyssa, do you have anything else you want to talk about, like with your team and what you guys do to build you know?
Yeah. Since I mean, I have coaches that are in Arizona. I have coaches that are in Missouri. I have coaches right here in Wisconsin. You know, that's just to name a few of the different places, but we're all over the map. And what's great is I have all of my coaches download this app. It's called Marco Polo. It's like my favorite app in the world. And it's like a video web chat, and we can check in with each other. We can talk throughout the week and see each other's faces. So it's not like we're just doing this business thing alone. We're constantly, as a team, communicating within our own little chat. And I think it's been working out really well. And I think our team's connecting even more because we're seeing each other more than just through like Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat. Like, we're literally talking to each other. We're holding conversations. And I think that's really important, is to be on a team where you can communicate, you can have fun, and you can be in a totally different state. Like, you don't have to be right here based in Wisconsin like the three of us luckily are. I mean, I'll take someone from Maine, I'll take someone in Canada, and I'll take someone over in the UK, gladly. Like, we'll make it work. I'm not worried about any of that, and you shouldn't be either. And in addition to all of this, I want to remind you guys that you don't have to pour endless hours into this business to make it work. I work full time. I'm training for a marathon. I have a husband. I've got 2 little puppies that I love and adore. I've got my family that I like to spend time with. You know, my life is freaking crazy. But I've built my business by throwing 30 minutes to an hour a day into it, and I have been very successful. And I know you can do the same, and we as coaches will help you get there. Don't be scared thinking I need to spend 900 hours to get this great thing. I mean, yeah, go for it. You can spend as much time as you want on building your business. But I also want to remind you that we're busy people. Like, we don't have endless hours to go sitting building our businesses. Like, the 3 of us right here have built successful businesses by just investing probably 30 to an hour. I can't speak for them because I don't know what they do on their business, but that's what I have done. And I wanted to remind you guys, because I do think it's very important. And a lot of people get intimidated, like, oh my gosh, I'm my own boss. Yeah, you're your own boss. And guess what? You don't have to call your boss to tell them you're not coming in today. You work the hours you want to work. And you don't have to tell anyone, like, no, today I don't want to work. You just don't work. Like, guess what? If you don't work, you're probably not going to see as much success too. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, Avery or Laura, do you guys want to touch on like fears you had before signing up? I know we're going a little over. I just know that's a question people have, or people are out there having fears too. And might be scared to join?
When I first started, I was hesitant. One of the biggest reasons why I maybe wouldn't have joined is because I thought you have to have experience with this. You know, I started out with T25, and this was before I even knew like what Beachbody was. I just knew who Shaun T was, and I loved Shaun T. And I started out with him and didn't know about Shakeology and didn't really know about Beachbody. And then eventually I got into a challenge group, which then I learned more about it. And I was like, there's no way I can be a coach. Like, I have no experience. I don't know anything other than I love this program. And eventually I fell in love with Shakeology once I discovered it. So, you know, you don't have to have the experience that you think you may need. I mean, if you have an extensive knowledge of nutrition, or you have an extensive knowledge of like workout moves in proper form, that's even better, because then you can help correct people. But you don't have to have that experience if you don't want. So that was my biggest fear joining, which obviously is no longer a fear. Laura, do you have anything?
I was just going to touch on like sales, feeling like you have to sell to people. I actually think we don't want salespeople on here, because we don't want to be on Facebook with, you know, buy today and I got 50 of these packets I need to send out today, like that. Being afraid to take selfies. You get over that somewhat, but yes, you do have to be out in the public eye, whether that's, you know, you're going in your day-to-day talking to people about what you're doing, or on social media. And social media is the easiest way. So yes, you might have a fear of getting totally worth it. Those were the two big ones for me, I'd say.
Definitely. We try not to focus on sales. I mean, yes, inviting, you know, you're inviting people to try to help, you know, help them figure it out. You're looking for people who have no idea where they're beginning on their journey. So that's not sales. You're just trying to help people and pay it forward, which is what we try to focus on. So this is the end. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below or reach out to your coach that invited you to this. If you are looking to join, reach out to the coach that invited you tonight, and they will absolutely help answer any questions. They will help guide you in how to sign up. And we look forward to having you join our team. We're so excited. Thank you for joining us, and we will talk to you later.